Guys, what is up? It is Zero here. Today we're going to be going over some 2 and 3 star monsters that are worth building up and using early and into the early mid game. Um, these are monsters that you should hopefully be able to get fairly quickly through unknown scrolls. These are only going to be 2 and 3 star monsters. A bunch of these monsters are definitely worth 6 starring. I will go over a few of them that I would definitely 6 star. Um, but for the most part, all of these monsters you will use to get into the mid game. A lot of them will do perfectly well at 5 star. Some of them you don't necessarily have to take all the way to 6. There's a few of them that I would definitely say if you are able to and have the time to farm it up, go ahead and 6 star them. These are only going to be monsters that are able to be gotten with unknown scrolls. Um, no light, no dark monsters in here. Um, so we'll start off with fire, and we'll go through the fire list first. These monsters are worth keeping around, worth building up 4 or 5 star. Get into the mid game dungeons, start farming your 5 star runes to kind of put yourself um, into that late mid game to start pushing in game stuff. Uh, Seek is one of your starting monsters. Um, he's good to use for a while. Definitely get him to 4 or 5 star. Um, you would rune him most cases. Attack, crit rate, attack. If you can hit the crit rate on some of your other rune and substats, you're more than welcome to put crit damage in slot 4. Um, but for early game, I would do attack, crit rate, attack on him. Another good monster um, is the Fire Harpoo Colleen. She is also used in some in-game stuff, so 6 starring her definitely could be worth it. Um, it's not something you need to do immediately. You can 5 star her at the beginning and leave her there until you're ready to go into the end game with her. She is used in the Rift Raid. That's one of the main places that she's used. So it is good to 6 star her eventually. Another good one is going to be Rauk, the Fire Inugami. Now he's farmable, so you can get him from Feynman Volcano. Once you get to that scenario, you can farm through some of those, preferably stage 1 or stage 2. I wouldn't go too far than that. Just sit there and farm out until you're able to get a couple of these to drop, and then I would recommend building one. With the second awakening now, he is definitely worth 6 starring and building up. Um, for early in game and mid game, I would say attack, crit rate, attack. If you can hit the attack and crit substats in other runes, some people have him on speed, crit damage, attack. But for the most part, early and into the mid game, you will focus primarily on attack, crit rate, attack on him. Another monster that's good to build and build to 6 star is going to be Spectre. He's also really good now with the second awakening. He is used in TOA. He can be used in arena. He's used in a lot of different areas. He can be used in Dragon's Dungeon. So he's definitely good to build. You want him fast. You want him very fast. Most people build him speed HP. You can also, I've been told you can do speed HP defense, or speed defense HP, however way you want to do it or how you have the runes. But for early and intermediate game, speed HP will be fine for him. You do want to put some attack on him. but his abilities do base off of his max HP. His first attack is based off of his attack speed. His second attack is based off of his HP, and his third skill does not do any damage, but it does decrease attack bar and decrease attack speed. And when he's second awakened, it also decreases attack. So yeah, he's a AoE debuffer. You want him quick and a lot of HP because his second attack does deal damage based on the HP and deals 10% of that to you, or it consumes 10% of your HP. So you want a lot of HP on him. Another one is Kali. He or she is used in a lot of different areas. She's a really good early game arena nuker. You can use her in some of the dungeons as a nuker. She's good to build early on. Attack, crit, attack. Again, if you can hit the substats, you can do crit damage instead of crit rate. But all of her damage is built off of just normal attack, and her third skill is an attack power and attack buff for everybody for 2 turns, and then she's also invincible for 1 turn after that, so she's definitely a good one to build too. And another fire monster to build is going to be the Fire Inferno's also a good one to build. He's also going to be an attack, crit attack, and or crit damage if you have it. The Fire Magical Archer is another decent one to build. Early game, she can put out some damage too. And she does continuous damage with her attack. So she's another good one to do. And her A1, her skill 1, will deal increased damage by 15% if the enemy has harmful effects, and for each harmful effect. So she's another good one to use as far as the fire monsters go. And then lastly, we have Bulldozer. He's pretty good in arena. That's where a lot of places I've seen him at. Early mid-game arena, he's pretty good there. That's usually where a lot of people use him. Alright, and now into the water. There's a bunch of them in here. Tark is really, really good. A lot of people will build 2 of him and get him fairly quick, and make sure they both have similar speed, high attack, high crit, and they will use him in Dragons B10 for a speed team. I don't quite have the runes to do that for myself yet, but I do have 2 of them built already. I just gotta farm up some better runes to get them to where they need to be so I can do that speed team. But he's a good one if you get a couple of them. Throw them in your storage, and save them until you have the rune abilities. Konamiya is one you'll get early. He's a turn manipulator and a healer. He's also a cleanser. He will clean your team of all effects, and then heal everybody by 15%. And then he also will give somebody a free turn. That's usable every 2 turns once you've skilled him up. He's another good one if you get him, build him. He's used in-game. He's used in a lot of places still, so he's another good one you could possibly 6-star. Let's see who else. Oh, Finn. Finn is a 2-star. He's a good one. Some people can use him in Giants. Some people may use him in Dragons. But he is a dot person. He does a lot of continuous damage. Building him up with the high crit rate would be really good. and he's another good one you could build up 4 or 5 star. You could 6 star him if you want to put him in like an end game Giants team. Just load the giant up with dots. He'd be a good one you could build up. Pretty easy to get. Viger, the werewolf, he's another good one. Um, he can be used in some of the dungeon teams. He can even be used in Arena. And Megan is a definite get one and get 6 star. Um, she is a buffer. She has, once she's awakened, she has an attack and defense buff. Um, and she also increases attack bar by 20%. And you can get this on a 4-turn cooldown. She's a good one to get up. She can strip a buff if she has a good enough accuracy. She can strip a buff, and her first skill has a chance to put out a dot each time she attacks with that with a decent accuracy. A lot of people will build her speed, HP, speed, HP defense. Some may even do speed, HP, accuracy. Some do. It's most of the time she'll be on a speed, HP. She also has an arena leader skill, which you could use her in arena, maybe early game, but you want her pretty quick. And then that's going to be it for water. And then into wind, the pixie, the wind pixie is a good one to 5-star, even possibly 6-star. Some people 5-star her and use her in Giants B10. With high HP, high defense, she can survive at 5-star. Some people use her at 5-star. She has an attack defense buff for 3 turns that's reusable every 4 turns. So it's a little bit better but she does not get the increased attack bar. She also has a attack speed debuff, AoE break, attack break, and then on her first skill she has a chance of causing the enemy to have a glancing hit, which is also pretty good. Just means that they have less of a chance to crit on you or deal less damage to you. So she's definitely a good one. You could 5 or 6-star her, but you will get other better buffers later on in the game as you collect scrolls and open scrolls. But for entry, beginner, mid-game teams, she's definitely a good one to build also. The Wind Griffin is another definite get to 6-star. He's good in early and mid-game arena. He's even used in late-game arena. A lot of people will build him up to over a 200 speed. But he has an increase attack bar, increase attack speed, skill 3 for all allies. He's got a attack and defense break on skill 2, and he's just got an attack on his A1 skill that is based on the attack speed. So you want him very, very speedy. Speed, HP. Most people build him that way. You want speed substats, and a swift set is a good set to put on him. A lot of people will do a swift energy. Some may do a swift focus. I think mine's on swift energy, but he's definitely a good one, and getting him awakened increases some of the output of his original abilities. So he's definitely a good one to get up there, and definitely 6-star him. The Wind Werewolf shotgun is another good one to build. Some people like to use him in arena or guild wars or guild battles. He's a good unit to build too. The Wind Marshall Cat's another really good one. She's actually a good farmable speed Giants team. She's another really good one to build, and getting her second awakened is a good thing too. So she's another good damage dealer that's easy, should be fairly easy to get a hold of. And Mav is another good one. He's useful in TOA. He brings a slight cleanse. He'll remove one effect, and he will reduce the cooldowns of their abilities by 1 turn. And he also has an attack speed buff for 2 turns, usable every 3 turns. So this is pretty good for him. Make him very tanky, high defense, high speed, HP with a lot of defense. He's got a stun on skill 1 and an heal taunt on skill 2. So he's good in TOA to keep people from using abilities in 2A and make them attack him. So he's another really, really good one to build. And those are some of the 2 and 3 star units that you can farm up, build, get an entry level dungeon team put together with them to start farming up some better runes. I am going to be working on some more rune videos, and I'm probably also going to work on a beginner account and see what we can do with that, and kind of go through. I'll record some stuff, show the progression from early beginning game to get into mid game, the monsters I will keep, stuff like that. So those are some of the early 2 and 3 star monsters I would recommend trying to get. Some of those 2 stars you can buy from the shop, so I would definitely keep an eye out for some of those. And some of the 3 stars you can get from your unknown scrolls. You can even get them from your social points. You can even possibly get some of those 3 stars from there. So I would definitely say some of those monsters are very easy to get, and you can put those together, put some teams together, and see how that stuff goes. So that's all I've got for today, and I shall be back soon with some more rune videos, and hopefully we'll be getting started on that beginner account and kind of go through there and show you what I would keep and build and so forth.